You are with the University of Karate, and we've joined with you again today to open up the conversation concerning the styles, the principles, the techniques, the science, the culture, the history, the methods by which various disciplines and things that we've mentioned come together to cause and to create what we know as the martial arts. There's a lot of different topics that we talk about here at the University of Karate, and we're joined again with Sensei Mike Biddle, who's going to be helping us understand some things that we are talking about, as well as some things you may be seeing on the screen. You may be seeing at this time a looping repeat of various multi-dimensional kick done by Master Kanei Uechi. Maybe different videos, maybe one video. And you're going to see, for those that are watching, whether you're an expert, whether you're a hobbyist, whether you're someone just starting out, that this kick looks kind of unique. It's not like something that you've seen before. I'm not sure what style you may have been, but this seems a little strange, a little odd, both in the snapping nature of the kick, as well as this gripping motion and this pushing motion that he's doing with his hands. We want to examine this odd, strange kicking technique that we see in Uechi-Ryu Master Kanei Uechi. What are we looking at when we look at that? And we want to examine some of these principles that will help us even in our study of the martial arts. And for that, we're going to bring in Sensei Mike Biddle right now and let him take the floor and explain it. Sensei Biddle, why don't you go right ahead?
Sure. So the Uechi-Ryu front kick, and I'm going to talk about it in its basic form, and then we're going to talk about what we're looking at with Master Uechi when he's performing it. I mean, generally the kick, and Uechi is different in almost every other style. If there's another style that does it, let me know, because I don't know what it is. Our front kicks in Uechi-Ryu, number one, it's a snap kick. It's not a push kick. It's not a driving kick. It's a snap kick. And it's done with the big toe. The toe is the striker. We're not striking with the ball of foot, as you see a lot of other styles do. We literally strike with the big toe. And we do development exercises for that to strengthen it. We teach how to grip the toes so that they work properly and the big toe is extended. And we also then work on developing that toe so that toe kick can be used on a hard or a soft object. And there's various ways of doing that, which I'm not going to get into now because that's not the scope of this. But it is a snap kick with the big toe, and its focus point is a vital area. But trust me, if you develop that toe strong enough, you can deliver almost as much force as you want. I used to be able to kick a heavy bag or pretty much anything I wanted to with almost full power with the big toe. So that's like a one knuckle strike or a finger strike. So if you think of Uechi-Ryu in that sense, we concentrate our strikes in the small points by conditioning those, the finger strikes and then the one knuckle strike, the toe strike, so that they could create maximum force in the smallest place at a vital point or like a nexus between the muscles, like in the thighs, etc. So, and we teach this snap kick by teaching the student to lift the knee straight up and then to extend that knee outward to snap it out. And like I said, it is a snap kick. It is a fast kick. And there's a couple of components in it. You don't leave it out there. You snap that kick out, hit your target, and snap it back. And if you watch a good Uechi practitioner, you will see that knee, that foot come back very quickly because it's got to get out of the way. You don't want your leg grabbed and you don't want your leg stuck out, hanging out there. It's not a power kick. It's a precision kick. Now, if you watch Master Uechi doing this, and I've got to give you an anecdotal story. I was with a big group one time, a clinic with a lot of people from various parts of the country and even Okinawa, and we were talking about Master Kanei and how he did this kick. And what you're watching here, someone asked about that, and it's, well, like, we don't do that. That's Master Uechi because he's getting older and blah, blah, blah. I just sort of just didn't say anything because I already knew what was going on. So a lot of people think this is not a thing, that Master Uechi was just doing this. But watch multiple films of him, and you're going to see this form in every single one. So he wasn't a mistake. He's showing something, he's doing something, he's demonstrating something, and there's a purpose. So let's look at the components of that. The first thing you do, and when you see this kick, I'm going to actually rewind. I've got a little video playing here. I'm going to just back it up so I can see it real quick. So the first thing you're going to see when he gets ready to do this kick, with his hands, he's going to do the circle block, and then he's going to pull in. And those hands pull in a very precise moment. So he does the circle block, he pulls his elbows in, and you'll see he's got his knuckles, his hands closed, and his wrists are fairly straight, which is very similar to a lot of positions in San Chen. So he's grabbing and pulling. So just on the simple side of that, that's an easy explanation on application, where he's grabbing someone, their gi, their arm. And remember, don't always think, and how many times I've said this, I'll say it over and over and over, don't always think straight ahead. Sometimes you got to think at angles. This doesn't mean he's kicking the front part of the person. He could be at an angle. So imagine someone's punched. He stepped to the side, let's say at a 45-degree angle. He's grabbing that arm, and he's pulling that in and locking it in. Now, what's important about that, and this is a little segue, is you're locking that in. Why? The person's not getting away from your kick. Remember, we're not trying to slam our foot into them and drive them into the wall. We're trying to drive our big toe with force and precision to just explode into the area that we're impacting it. So he's locked him in now. He's got him, and he's going to drive that knee. Now, this is important. When I said in the beginning, the front knee has to come straight up. It can't come. A lot of people try to kick by hinging the foot out first. You don't have enough room, and this is an inside technique. So think about, he's grabbing, he's inside. That knee has got to come up very high and very close to the body, and then it snaps outward. And that's how the force is driven into it. So he's grabbed, he's controlled, he's pulled in. Now, when he gets ready to do his kicks, you're going to see something that's really, really cool, and you won't see this anywhere else in Uechi-Ryu, unless he's maybe Master Thompson, because he was taught directly by Kanei. You don't see this move. You just don't. He sort of moves his hips back. He sort of gets them into what's called a posterior tilt. He sort of backs his hips back a little bit. As he's getting ready to pull, he's got his hips cocked backward, which is anti-San Chen. We normally curl our posterior tilt. We normally put our hips in posterior tilt. His hips go into almost an anterior tilt, and then as he's kicking, he rolls his hips back underneath him. So what he's done by creating that hip motion, he's grabbed, he's rolled that hips out of normal San Chen position. He's created space. He's probably created 6 inches. So watch this video very carefully and watch how much space he creates by moving his hips back. And now as he's getting ready to deliver the kick, he's got extra room. He's got 6 more inches there, 4 to 6 inches at least. Now, as he gets ready to deliver the kick, he's bringing his knee up. You're going to see, sorry, it's just some of this goes through my head so fast, it's hard to.
That's fine.
Because it's really interesting stuff. So as he's getting ready to, he's pulling in with his hands, he's locking in, and all this is in one fluid motion. He's created space. The pull of the hands is bringing the person slightly closer. Now he's going to roll his hips as he brings his knee up, and the hip rolling and the snap of the knee out is power.
Mm.
It takes a lot of this is a very advanced technique, and to be quite frank, you've got to have fairly good hip mobility to do this. Now, I've said in previous videos I have very poor internal hip flexibility, but I am able to roll those hips properly underneath, and then you just drive it in. Now, try this try tucking your hips and doing that front kick without holding on to anything. You're probably going to lose your balance. And that's why one of the reasons why you see him reach and pull. It's a balancing technique. It's a counter technique. It's a counterbalance technique. It's like it's just counterbalance technique. That's the only way I can say it. So he's rolling his hips, he's driving the kick out, he's snapping it out, and then notice when he comes back. So practice that kick, try that kick, maybe hold on to the wall beside you or a chair or something. Get the practice of rolling your hips and then lifting that knee and then extending it out, because that's creating power. It's also putting him back in San Chen. So all this is happening in this flash of moment. This pull, this roll, this kick in San Chen. Knee steps back. He sets his foot down. He's in San Chen. If I watch a lot of people, if you go watch Uechi-Ryu videos, I'm not picking anybody. I don't really care. They do a front kick. They're not in San Chen when they put their front deck down. They've got to retuck their hips. He doesn't have to do this. So it's a brilliant technique, and it's very complicated. There's a lot of movements in there, and notice the pull of the arms is bringing the elbow in, and you're getting yourself ready to go in the San Chen, and then everything explodes in the San Chen with the expression of the technique of the kick.
This is so, it seems like it's hiding in plain sight, or people just discounted it as, oh, he's just doing something that he didn't know he was doing. So it's either one or the other, I suppose.
Yeah, well, Master Uechi didn't do anything by accident, and you could go through time and look at different ages of when he was practicing in these different videos, and you're going to see the same thing. There's no accident there. And I absolutely love when he finishes the kick, he's in San Chen. He doesn't have to recenter, he doesn't have to reset. Think about, so the vulnerability of a kick it's big. I mean, the BJJ people, they like kicks. I mean, because they grab them and then you're off balance and you're going down. So he's able to stay in tight, deliver this kick, get in San Chen, bring his foot back and stay within balance, and he still hasn't let go of his opponent. So imagine, now picture this. I want you to picture this. So two guys are sort of getting ready to square off, and they sort of grab each other. You know, like you'd see in wrestling or BJJ, they grab the sleeves. Imagine what Kanei Uechi is going to do in this kick. Thank you. You've grabbed. He's grabbed. You've grabbed. Now he's got a short range technique that he's going to deliver with speed, power, with the toe that's going to drive, can break 4 or 5 boards, over 800 pounds of force at least. I've seen more than that. And create space and then deliver the kick and then maintain control and position and posture. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And everybody's missed it. If you know, good for you. I'm glad. If you haven't, well, that's new. This is something that we need to talk about.
Well, there you have it. Again, we've looked at these videos, and for those that have been watching our videos for a long time, you've seen this kick and probably thought it was a curiosity, but now you have the information. It's right there. And as Sensei Biddle said, you can practice it. Try and bring this technique into your training to see if you can get this connection of this counterbalance, and also using this tilt, anterior tilt, posterior tilt, to try and get, I guess you call it sort of like almost like a rotation to some degree on this snap kick. Would you think so? Or is that the wrong application?
Yes. No. It is because you're rolling your hips. It's creating a rotational. It's a vertical rotation. It's not. You're not thinking of it as a horizontal It's a vertical rotation, so absolutely.
Okay.
And the kick rolls with that. Think of the whole kick, not just the hips, but the knee extending as part of that rotation, that vertical rotation. And you know what it is again? How many times have we talked about this? A circle.
Hmm. That's it. That's true. That's true. The secret of the circle. We're going right back to that whole idea again. Well, you are with the University of Karate. Again, we've looked at another principle that we have, on these old videos. These videos, the video that generally we've been playing for the longest time is at least 50 years old, I would say, if not more. And these recordings now, as time has gone to where we are in 2025, we have really a treasure, a time capsule, if you will, of what was brought back by Kambun and these techniques and this I'd say immaculate technique that we don't really see as much anymore. We need to get back to some of these principles and examine some of them even more deeply. Like I said, we were at the University of Karate, and please continue this conversation. You have questions, you have comments, please in the comments below. Put your questions, put your comments. Sensei Biddle will be talking and interacting with you down there, and we'll see you again next time.